Impeachment Watch. Will President Trump be impeached and removed from the White House? Impeachment has once again become a major topic in American political debate, and former President Donald Trump remains at the center of the conversation. Supporters argue that impeachment efforts are politically motivated, while critics insist that accountability is necessary to protect democratic institutions. The big question many Americans and observers around the world are asking is simple: will President Trump be impeached and actually removed from the White House? To answer this, it is important to understand what impeachment really means, how the process works, and the political realities surrounding it. What does impeachment mean? Impeachment is often misunderstood. In the United States, impeachment is not the same as removal from office. Impeachment is a formal charge, similar to an indictment, brought by the House of Representatives. If the House votes by a simple majority to impeach a president, the case then moves to the Senate for trial. For a president to be removed from office, the Senate must vote by a two-thirds majority to convict. This high threshold was intentionally designed by the Founding Fathers to prevent removals based purely on political disagreement rather than serious wrongdoing. Trump and the history of impeachment. Donald Trump is unique in American history because he has already been impeached twice during his presidency, once in 2019 and again in 2021. However, in both cases, he was acquitted by the Senate, meaning he was not removed from office. These past impeachment efforts highlight an important reality: impeachment is easier than removal. While the House can impeach with a simple majority, securing a two-thirds vote in the Senate is extremely difficult, especially in today's highly polarized political environment. The political reality. Whether Trump could be impeached again depends largely on who controls Congress and how united each party is. Impeachment is not only a legal process, it is also a deeply political one. Supporters of Trump argue that repeated impeachment efforts amount to political persecution and voter suppression. They believe impeachment is being used as a tool to weaken a political opponent rather than address genuine crimes. Opponents, on the other hand, argue that no president is above the law. They believe impeachment is a constitutional mechanism meant to uphold democratic values, even if the process is politically uncomfortable. Will Trump be removed from the White House? This is where the numbers matter. History shows that removal is unlikely without strong bipartisan support. No U.S. president has ever been removed from office through impeachment. Even Richard Nixon, who faced overwhelming pressure, resigned before the House could vote. For Trump to be removed, a significant number of senators from his own. Given Trump's strong influence over his political base and party, such a scenario would require extraordinary circumstances. Public opinion and elections. Public opinion also plays a powerful role. Lawmakers are keenly aware of their voters, especially during election cycles. If impeachment is seen as unfair or overly political, it can backfire and strengthen Trump's support. Conversely, if public sentiment strongly shifts against him, political calculations may change. It is also worth noting that elections, not impeachment, remain the most common way presidents leave office. Many analysts believe voters, rather than Congress, will ultimately decide Trump's political future. Conclusion. So, will President Trump be impeached and sent out of the White House? Based on historical precedent, political realities, and the structure of the U.S. Constitution, impeachment is possible, but removal is highly unlikely without overwhelming bipartisan agreement. Impeachment debates will likely continue to dominate headlines, fuel partisan arguments, and energize both supporters and critics. However, history suggests that impeachment alone rarely changes political outcomes. In the end, the American electorate, not Congress, may have the final